This video is for Chloe. I'm gonna do this for you. Since we don't have enough time to talk on the phone or texting, I just thought I'd do one of these videos for you, especially for you and you only. I am kind of a guy that, I'm nitty and witty, but, and yeah, I perpetuate, like I said before, potassium, that word I told you earlier, but, I don't always perpetuate all the time. It just depends on what kind of personality and what kind of mood I'm in, and if I'm fed up with, how I've been treated in my life, and there's nothing I can do when I'm fed up, so I get a little irritated a little bit, but I don't mean to be such heated situation, such a heated frustration that I would never hit a person. I would just try to talk as calmly, but I may raise my voice a little bit, but it's not that I'm yelling. I'm just more of a straining kind of voice. But I usually apologize and walk away, instead of having a conflict. But when I was, one of the reasons of also, it wasn't just her family, but also her. When I started taking my medications, she started saying negative things to me and making me feel really bad, and call me a jerk, and saying that she doesn't love me anymore, and that I'm not giving her enough attention, and I'm not paying attention to her wants and needs. And that probably was true at the time, but now that I've been stabilized, and I'm even more stabilized now that I don't. I told you about, well, I can't take pills, so they give me injection now, and that I've seen quite better results with that, with Invega, which is what I'm taking, and you can look on Google for Invega, INVG, how do you spell it? There's the sample bottle of it, Invega, 6 milligram of the pills, but this hasn't been opened yet because I got this injection. But anyways, that's what it is. I'm in my room. I have a ceiling fan. It works nice when I'm sleeping. I don't get too hot, and that's a good thing because I'm a fire sign, but I don't get overly heated when it comes to my emotions, unless I'm being very passionate about what I believe in and what's happened to me in my life. That's a pretty strange story about me, and I would need some help to spell out my whole story on my memories on Family Search. I just need someone to type that can have a faster typing speed for it as well than me, and that would be nice, but I don't really have the funding to do that sort of stuff, because I only get $39 per week of allowance for personal effects and food. But if I save up my checks a few weeks and not be too cautious about my food, about my money, my resources I have, I'm pretty good at saving money and putting my checks away in my little safe, in my little strong box that I have. I have a savings account as well, but I mostly put my money in my box, or my checks in my box, and then I put my money, I deposit all my checks into my savings account. But I can't have $2,000 in my account. I can have like $100 less of a 2,000 if I save up enough money. But I am trying to save up for whatever. If I want to kind of escape and go on a vacation, but I don't want to go on my own. So I would kind of like want to have a road trip, but I don't know how to drive, and I don't have any friends that would drive. But if I save up enough money, to pay for camping, and if there's no camping, pay for a room to stay in for the night, But at least I can save up my money for an adventure. I want to take a venture somewhere in life other than just being in Utah. And I've been to Seattle 3 times, but I would like to go. And I've been to. I didn't really get to explore around Vegas, but I was able to fly into Vegas a long time when I was 24 years old. 24, either 24 or 22 years old. I actually no, I was 21. It was my 21 birthday that I was there. But my brother picked me up. My other brother picked me up. My brother that lives in Laverkin picked me up, and the money that my brother gave to me for my 21st birthday, that was about $60. My brother took it because he didn't have his. He said he didn't have his wallet and his cards with him. And I'm like, so you're driving with a driver's license too? And I'm just glad we didn't get pulled over or anything like that. But because it was pretty late at night when he came and got me. We got from Las Vegas. He's about 20 miles away from St. George, but St. George is, I don't know how many miles it is from St. George to Las Vegas. But he got lost, went further south than north, or northwest or southwest or east-west or whatever, somewhere direction he went, and I had to pay that money that I had in cash for a full tank of gas, because that's how much it costs for gas at that particular gas station in the middle of nowhere. So, so that way he never paid that back, but in a way he did pay it back with doing acts of kindness to me. So in a way, I guess he kind of paid it back instead of paying back in cash. And I don't really like cash a whole lot. I rather do good deeds and be kind to a person than to pay them money for like a ride or for a road trip. I rather pay for like the groceries and the snacks and goodies and the bread to make sandwiches and the ingredients for the sandwiches, so we don't have to eat out and have fast food all the time, because that would be very expensive on a trip. And that would I just need to be away from my mother and my family for a while, because they're driving me up the wall, driving me nuts, and they criticize me they think I was the one that drove Rebecca away. That was my wife's name, Rebecca Sue, Almond Sue and Nut, but that was my joke. But anyways, it didn't. That was just a joke. Anyways, if I say anyway so many times, I apologize. I just at night my body's starting to shut down a little bit, and it is kind of late, but I'm I seem to not be very tired yet for some reason. But it's 11:51 right now, and I'm not sure how long I'll do this video for, but I'll do it for a little while. Maybe 20-minute video. But I just, if we can be friends and work from friendship up to whatever you want to be, we will work that way. We'll work together and figure that out. I understand you're a very busy lady with Ancestry, and you can get pretty busy with helping people, and I love to help people too. It's just I don't know how to exactly proceed in that of helping, and what I want to do exactly in helping, and so what type of helping I want to do exactly in life. I haven't really figured that out quite yet. And there's a possibility, if I can work in a company where I earn credits towards something to go to college, and it has benefits in the job, and has at least dental. I have my medical stuff, Medicaid, and Select Health Community Care. But if I can get full benefits where I get vision and dental, but dental is more important than vision for me. If I can get dental insurance and get my dental stuff taken care of, and have my third set of teeth come in, I will be better off, and they'll be better than my teeth I was born with. Anyways, I have some of my experiences I will do another video that I'll talk about my story about myself, and maybe you could record a video like I am doing on my tablet, but I'm not sure if you have a tablet or you have a laptop, but I'm not sure if you have a personal laptop or a personal tablet that you could do a video, and then we can share our videos using Bluetooth technology. I can transfer this video to your tablet, and you can transfer yours to mine, and then when you have time, you can watch the video, and we can understand each other through video, recorded videos for each other, until we can have a set time to spend some time together on a walk or something when it's not so hot outside. That will be good. I'm not sure if you are sensitive to heat as much as I am, but if it's too hot, I just can't walk that much or be outside very long, because I start to get a little lightheaded, even if I have a bottle of water or a Powerade. But other than that, I just want to make as many connections and friends as possible. I don't know if if I will. I'm not sure about my future entirely, but I do know that from my prayers that the YSA ward is the best place for me to be able to cure my depression. So I won't be diagnosed with it anymore if I have enough of a friendship network around me, because my family network is not being any supportive against my depression. So I need the friend to outweigh the family at the time being right now in my life, and it'd be nice to have a girl or have a lady that would stand up for her man when the family is causing distress to her guy. So that that would be awesome. That'd be great. But it's not entirely necessary. It's just something I would like someone to be considerate about, And I love watching Japanese anime because it makes better sense than TV, and the shows that we have on TV don't make any sense to me. That's on the I have just the Air TV because I don't have cable and I want to pay for cable or for satellite because I don't agree with their shows and those type of networks. But I like the shows I like on the Air HD antenna that I have is the Antenna TV channel, and I watch Fox 13 News, and I like watching Story Trek. I think that's pretty funny, pretty good show, and I like that one the one that drives the motorcycle, American History, or something like that. I can't remember what it's exactly called. I haven't seen it for a while, but Let's Take a Ride. Yeah, Let's Take a Ride. Something American Ride. American Ride is what it's called. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's Take a Ride, American Ride. Yeah. I actually met the guy and saw his motorcycle at a Root Tech. He drove his motorcycle right onto stage. It was pretty cool. So, anyways, he must have got special permission to do that. So, anyways, I think it's a good idea for us to get to know each other a little bit more. And when we played the game, and I asked if who had surgery done, and you said that you had surgery on your foot, that was nice that you shared your injuries. My shoulder surgery is a little more difficult than foot surgery, and it's a little bit more complicated to do than foot surgery would be, I think. At least that's what the surgeon said. The surgeon doctor said that shoulders and knees are more difficult than your knees and your feet and your elbows. But the elbows are a little bit more difficult, but it's nice that everything went well in the surgery, and I had two blessings. When I was down, I had a blessing down in the Verkinen, my brother's ward, and his companion for home teaching was there, but he did the anointing and the blessing to make my brother's not quite there yet in his religious views. And it's been a long time since I've been to the temple, even to do baptism for the dead. It's been a very long time since I've done that. It's probably been 5 years or so since I did that. 5 or 6 years ago. But that's mostly because of how I've been feeling and how emotionally unstable I was, and how I'm a little bit emotional. I'm an emotional guy. If I start talking from my heart and my soul and my spirit, I will start. You'll see me from when I start opening up a bit. As I said, the right eye is the spirit and the left eye is the soul. and you'll start seeing my right eye start crying. I'll start crying a little bit there, and then I'll start crying a little bit here, and I'll start crying here, and then that eye will stop crying, and then this eye will start crying, and then both eyes will start crying, and then I will start getting a stuffy nose and probably have some snot coming out, but I will try not to make too much of a mess with my face. Anyways, I am an emotional guy when it comes to things, scars and wounds in my heart and soul and spirit, and I don't lie. I don't believe in lying. I believe in telling the truth and being a noble protector. What my coat of arms says. My blanket that I brought with me tonight at the party. I guess you didn't look at it very much or even see it, but it has my family history in it. Most of the patches in there are historical events that happened in my family tree. My mother made that a long time ago, and there was even another cover, one that goes on top of that. That's a fancy cover for the top of the bed that has some other things that are stitched into it, into a quilt and type of a quilt, and I just think to have something like that's pretty special to have. She made it all with using a sewing machine. Her very first one that she ever had, she said, she made that one back when I was before I was even born, I believe. But she made two of them, one for her to use on. She has one on her bed and a set on her bed of the bottom and the top blanket and cover, and then she has one for me, of course, and then she didn't make them for everybody in the family because there's 6 of us, but since I'm the baby of the family, I was able to have one of the two, of the set, so that was good. That was nice. This is just a twin-size bed that I have, and it's the same mattress that I've had since I was a child, and I guess my body's used to it now, and I'm not sure if I can sleep on a very soft bed, but when I was married, the bed that my wife had, which was a little bit, it was, I think, a full-size bed, it was a bit softer than I ever slept on before, and I would just fall asleep when it was permitted to fall asleep, when she permitted me to sleep. Anyways, because unless she wanted something from me before we went to sleep, I'm not going to go into that. But anyways, what a husband and wife do behind closed doors is no one else's business, and her family would want to know every single detail, all down to nitty-gritty stuff, and the positions and all that stuff. And I said that's none of their business, but they would pry on it until my wife would submit to them and tell them everything, because if you pry on her too much with her mental illness, I noticed, even though I didn't know what her mental illness was, and her family thought if I knew, it would have made it worse. And I said I don't judge people of their mental illnesses or how they look. I don't judge them at all, even with their personality. I'd rather be more of a human than humankind would be. I'd be more kind than a standard human, because I've been through so much in my life, and I wouldn't put that on other people. I wouldn't copy and mimic what happened to me. I would never do that. I do tend to double talk a little bit. I say one thing and then end up doing the complete opposite from what I said before, of not, like if I say I can't do this, but then I end up doing it. That's usually how, I think that's called double talking. That's just part of my personality right now until I can learn new skills and new traits from the people I interact with. I will be doing videos probably like this for when I get a name of somebody, and the ward each lady will get a video, personalized video for them about what I feel that I felt from their essence and from their personality. And I've noticed that you have a lot of energy too, and I'm not sure what kind of horoscope sign you would be, but I would like to know, since I said I was an Aries, I wonder what you are, because there's like two others or three others that says about energy, and ones that like to keep busy, and the ones that like to, the traits and curiosity, the characteristics of a person. I kind of like to read about your characteristics in the horoscope, and your horoscope, to see what my horoscope and your horoscope matches for that day. You know, that would be nice to know, so I can text you, hey, look, our horoscopes say pretty much the same stuff on today. We should definitely hang out and discuss it. You know, that would be good. I guess I'm a little bit over 20 minutes now. I will end this video and talk about my story in the next video. This is Zach Allman signing off.